Welcome everybody to another Inventor tutorial. My name is Mr. Galindo. We're looking at another Dragster tutorial that will help us create some finalized drawings. Now these are digital drawings, and so they are a new file type. To start, we need to go with our model open, which needs to be checked to make sure it's got a CO2 canister housing, 2 axle holes, and the side and top profiles cut, like you can see here. If we've got all of those, we can go to the iPro, hover over the new button, and then select Drawing. Once Drawing opens, you'll see that we've got basically an A3 page. Technically, this is a drawing page, and we're going to modify this for our purposes. Now, our purposes include left-clicking in the browser area here on the left and deleting both the border and the ANSI title block, as we're going to be using these drawings to print our designs straight onto a blank. Now you'll then think, well, the sheet's still really big, so we're going to modify the sheet by going right-clicking on it, edit sheet, and then under size we're going to go custom size, but not in inches. Obviously we're in Australia, custom size in millimeters, and here we can specify the size of the sheet that we're using. So we're going to first of all rename the sheet side view, and if you remember, our balsa blank are made from a blank that is a maximum of 70 millimeters high from one end, 300 millimeters wide. And we're going to click OK, like so. You can see this looks quite similar to our design. Now I'm going to start by going Start New Sketch, and I'm going to select the line tool, and starting in 0, 0, I'm going to go straight up the edge, and I'm just going to basically recreate using my keyboard to type in 70 and 90. I'm going to basically recreate our balsa wood blank. Now I'm just going to do this end kind of carefully and not necessarily perfectly accurately. So that's not actually to size yet, and the bottom edge there. Having done that, I'm going to right click and click General Dimension. I'm going to select the dimensioning here, and I'm going to go 300. I'm going to do the end at 20. And then we know that our balsa blank here is perfectly done. I'm going to click OK, finish the sketch, and I can see I've got this little sketch here, which is our outline. So I now want to insert my design into this drawing and make sure that it fits. So to do so, I'm going to go to the Creation panel on the Place Views, because we're going to place a view of our dragster. Clicking base here, you can see how my vehicle has started to be put in. Now I've created my dragster's blank on the kind of left hand side is the high side and the right is the low side. So I'm going to click on the left arrow here of the view cube so that I get that kind of same orientation with my dragster, so the back edge is on the left. Now you'll notice it just meant a lot smaller. That's because the scale changed from 1 to 1 to a quarter. I'm going to change that back to 1 to 1 by typing 1 in the scale. Then just going to make sure that I've got the hidden lines on, these two deselected, and then I'm going to go to Display Options and make sure I've got Thread Feature, Tangent Feature, and Centered as the view justification. I'm then just going to move this, though I can move it later, till basically our design fits into this shape, and the back edge is really close to the edge of our blank. Now if it was me and I've got this flat edge on the bottom here, I would also put that flat edge basically against the edge of our blank there as well. So I'm going to just click OK now, and you can see how that's been placed. Now probably I'm a little bit too close. I kind of want to have this tiny little gap like I've got on this side, so I'm just going to lift it up ever so slightly, so I've got that gap. That's probably too much. I'm going to do that again. Maybe about here. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit lower, and this requires a little bit of tweaking to get perfect. There you go, that's exactly what I want. Just that tiny little gap. I now want to make sure that I've inserted some features that will help me find the centers of my axle holes and the center of my CO2 canister. You can see here that my design has got a gap around it so that the canister will be enclosed within the material. But that means I need to make sure that I very accurately align my canister to this drawing. To do so, I want to find the center of this hull, and to do that I go to the annotation section here, and I'm going to select the symbols, and I'm going to go centerline bisector. and this is created by clicking on two lines which are part of a circle in the real world or in the digital space, and it puts the center line in, as you can see. I'm then going to find the center point here, a center mark, and select the two holes here, and you can see now they've got a center point in those as well. Right clicking OK. This is a finished sketch. This is our finished drawing, all done for the side view. So I'm going to go iPro and save at this point. I'm going to create a second tutorial which will show you how to do top view. Just remember to name this drawing .dwg. Now I'm going to also save this in the right folder. Alright, that's it. Next video, right next.